Man, I'm gonna wait till we go live. All right, advancement in DIMS, institutional equality.
Institutional equality. I
Yeah.
like that. Can you expand on that, man?
Oh, should I? Um, institutional. Give me, bro. Oh. Yeah. So institutional equality, like institutional inequality is one of the biggest flaws that's come with our democratic capitalistic system. Is there are people that institutionally are oppressed, and it doesn't matter whether it's black people, women, LGBT people, or the poor. You know, there are institutions that don't work as they should to uplift these people and ensure that the American dream works for them as it does for other Americans. And until we ensure that our institutions not just work for some, but work for all, um, the Democratic Party isn't doing what they should do.
Yeah.
Like, and we're falling short of catching that social contract of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that should happen for all Americans.
Yeah, I like that, man. It's really well put. Anybody dare to follow that?
No, that sounds too intelligent.
Yeah, I think we peaked early here, folks. We're done.
Sorry.
Shut it off. We got our winner.
Well, maybe we can
It's
get some
deeper
more.
than that. But like there's so many levels to that. Like you could go A B C D E and with that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like so institutional inequality. You can talk about like the American dream and how college education and how making college affordable or free for
That's
most
my
people.
biggest. That's one of my
Should be
biggest
there.
complaints is the education costs too much.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's think of a way that we can put that, educational opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah.
You shouldn't want have to go in debt because you want to
Exactly.
be educated.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that should be an American right to be educated. Like, you know.
If you put
And I'm not saying anything bad
I
about
wouldn't
guns, but
say
if
to
you have the right to have a gun, you should have the right to be educated.
Oh,
hell yeah.
And like, if you have the right to free speech, you should have the right to read, and learn.
education is difficult in two ways. One, that today's economy costs ridiculous amounts of money for higher education, and two, the education itself to keep up with the GPA and maintaining it, getting good grades. That's a whole nother struggle in itself.
Right.
So if they didn't make it affordable, if not free, people
Oh,
would
I'm
still
not-
be
yeah.
people would still be faced with a decision like, do I want to do this for 4 years?
Yeah, yeah, and
That in
they're
itself
definitely
is a hard choice for some people to make.
right. And I feel like right now we're at a time where people seem to frown down on trade schools, and I think it's important that we,
It's true.
that we assert that there's nothing wrong with the trade
Some
schools.
people are meant to go to.
Right,
Right.
some people are so much better mechanically than I will ever be because I just don't understand it,
Yeah.
As many times as I watch, as much as I try to learn it, I'm always going to be slower than some mechanical genius
Right.
that might not necessarily know their history, might not
Right.
necessarily know their science.
And part of why it's such a difficult decision to make for 4 years is because, like, I'm just gonna put my life on hold, not make
Yeah.
money for 4 years. You know what I mean? And like, people who have families to support.
Who
you
can
know.
afford them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Who can afford to put their
Yeah.
and you're right. There's so much. We need the trades so bad, and we just focus so much just on getting a degree. Like that's to the point where a bachelor's degree has been devalued because that's what we've conditioned a whole entire generation to want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And meanwhile, there's people in debt, that honestly should go into the trades, and we need them. Like, there's people in the trades making paper. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like you
They
can
make
have a
better money.
great life. Yeah, I know. Like, I have a bunch of friends, right? Not a bunch, but I have friends, right? And I know I have friends that are in trades, and I have friends that have degrees, and all my friends with degrees are trying to pay it off debt. And my friends that chose to go straight to their trade are like living. They have good credit scores. They're buying houses. You know what I mean? They're financially sound and balanced. Way more balanced than a lot of my friends that are They chose to go, the traditional college route, and because there's just not enough jobs for all these people that have these degrees that is ready to get the same.
Right. Anybody else maybe have a word or a couple or a phrase that kind of defines Democrats?
We're better than Trump.
Yeah.